Hi, my name is Brittany Simons. I'm a teacher at Hillcrest Elementary.
And I'm Dina Reed. I teach art at West High School, and we also have Melanie Hunt from East High School, but she couldn't be here today.
We had the privilege of doing our externship at Colortech. Colortech is a company that they make a pigment that is added to a plastic, and they will sell those plastics that will then be turned into other plastics from other companies. So some of our favorites that Colortech provides is the gray color that will be found in your Walmart bags that you'll probably use later today. And even the Crayola markers, some of the Crayola marker lids, they produce the pigments that we use in those plastics.
We're actually passing around little samples of the colors that they produce so that you can see how it comes out in their company. When we first entered Colortech, we noticed that there were signs everywhere that talk about their guiding principles that just kind of is the foundation of the culture of the company.
The first of these was trust. You could definitely see that there was trust within this company. The departments very much relied on one another. Once for example, the shipping to get the plastics and the resin, they had to have the trust that the shipping had.
The rest of the companies have done their job and gotten the product to shipping so that it can be shipped out.
And so each department was relying on one another, and you can see that trust within the company.
And we translate that into the schools because the teachers trust the admins to direct them in the right way. And then the students trust the teachers that we're directing them how to learn and how to be successful in school. And then safety, health, safety, and environment. Safety meetings were very important, and every meeting that we went into started out with a safety tip. And so also the environment, they reuse their water, and if they can't reuse it, they filter it and put it into the water system. The air exchange, they were talking about air exchange, it was very clean and it was amazing because there was no particles in the air. And their goal is to have zero waste, so they reuse, they rework, reuse, or a really interesting thing is they sell some of their product that they can't use to make cornhole bags. I thought that was really cool.
We just think that this is really important for our students to understand because eventually, they're going to be out in the world one day and they need to be able to take care of that for a better tomorrow. You can see that Colortech really admire their employees. They want to retain their employees. And it feels like a community when you walk in Colortech because everybody is friendly, they want to be there, and they want to retain their employees. Colortech also has a big involvement in the community. For example, Colortech has went to the
Future Ready Expo.
Exactly, and so it's really, and so we've learned about that throughout our externship, and it's awesome to see because students are going to see the career and technical educational programs that are there. I also got a benefit from Colortech because they sponsored one of the field trips that my students got to go to for free. They went to the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra at Walter State Expo, and so that was one way that they are giving back to the community.
And also they supply some of their films and their color palettes to art classrooms, which I thought was really cool. And the students created artwork like you see on the screen there. That was really neat for me to see. And also their internship program from high schools and colleges. So our students are directly being benefited by knowing what it is to be in an industry.
You can see that collaboration is huge within Colortech. After the very first day, I just was amazed and I just thought, oh, this looks like a puzzle because each department brings a piece to the puzzle and without every single piece, the product cannot be complete.
And we talk about that in our classrooms because we need for our students to collaborate. And I noticed too, I'm an art teacher, so the creativity that they expect their employees to use when they solve problems, it was really cool to see that it's not just one solution. I noticed that a lot of employees had created different things to solve problems that they just saw in their industry. It was really neat to watch that.
And I've noticed that students very much struggle with problem solving. It's one of our skills that we need to focus on in our classrooms. And I think it's important because students want to get to their solution and then they stop. But they need to be able to use that creativity to develop more and more creative solutions so that way they can be competitive and innovative for today's workforce.
And confidentiality was another C, and it's just the ability to discern how to hold confidential information because it's essential to protect intellectual property in the industry.
One of my favorite C's from the 5 C's was continuous improvement. It's so important that students are realizing that they don't need to just get to a goal, that they need to go and surpass their goal. There's always room to improve.
And we noticed that a lot of the employees started out in the box building section of the company, and then as they were motivated, they were able to move up. And they also have, the company also does tuition reimbursement. It's also another way that they retain their employees.
For me, one of my biggest takeaways was there were several departments that talked about the 7 habits of highly effective people. And this is something that I really much want to use in my classroom for this next coming year, just because it really focuses on the soft skills. And these are the skills that students are going to need to be competitive in today's workforce.
The main thing that I took away that I thought was really cool, in shipping, John Jones talked about the circle of concern versus the circle of influence. And it's really cool because a lot of times we focus on the circle of concern, the things that we don't have control over. And as you see up there for students, it could be the teacher. Sometimes they don't like the teacher they're given, or the curriculum, or their schedule. So he was saying that you need to narrow in your focus on the things that you can control. So I think it's a really good thing to be able to teach our students, because attitude, number one, we always expect our students to have a really good attitude, and teachers as well. And your words, your actions, also being punctual. A lot of my students struggle with that. And now I can tell them this is a very important skill that you need to have to be in the industry.
We would just like to say thank you for this opportunity to complete this externship. When I first thought about industry, I thought of just the production floor, and I thought that there was going to be so many people on the production floor. But when I was at Colortech, there really wasn't that many people on the production floor. There's such a diversity of jobs. You have people that are high school interns, but then you have all the way to a PhD in chemical engineering. So there's such a diversity to industry that I wasn't aware of.
And so basically what we decided is important is motivation is the key to success, because you can move up and you can have a really good life here in Morristown.
Thank you.
Anybody have questions?
Thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you.